Awesome, man. Shawn, thanks so much for coming on.
Absolutely, man. It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It's cool because I know we were trying to set this up last year and it was like kind of late to it. So glad you can come back to Toronto. Usually how we start the podcast is ask, what's your name? How many kids do you have and what do you do for a living?
My name's Shawn Armstrong. I have 2 kids. I have a 4-year-old boy, Declan, and a 9-month-old daughter, Adeline. And I play professional baseball for a living with the Texas Rangers.
That's crazy, man. So take me back. Like, when did you know you were going to play baseball?
Honestly, man, I was when I was a sophomore in high school, I was going into my junior year or sophomore summer. I was planning on going to the local community college, doing mechanical engineering, and then going and trying to be a Navy SEAL and doing mechanical engineering with it. That was my plan. I mean, I was 5'8", 140 pounds, like wasn't really like thinking I was going to be in a professional baseball. I love the game, don't get me wrong. And then that summer I shot up 7 inches, went up 5 shoe sizes. Like my parents were like, what is going on? Like we're like, it was pretty crazy. I come back junior year and I'm 6'2", you know, like from where I was. And, you know, one thing led to another and, you know, kind of got myself surrounded with the right people with travel ball. I got into an organization out of New York City and he called me from my hometown of 400 people and was like, hey, you want to come travel with us around the country and play with us? And I'm like, sure, why not? Like, let's do it. And that was a huge blessing because I'd already committed to East Carolina University to play baseball there, like going in like after that year. And then I just started blossoming, you know, a little bit more after that and kind of found my way at East Carolina. It was a blessing. I ended up having surgery my senior year of high school, tore my labrum.
Wow.
Missed 18 months and they never gave up on me. And ended up getting drafted by the Cleveland Indians in the 18th round out of college, and it was a journey, man. It was awesome. It was great. Debuted with them in 2015. Was able to pitch against a really talented Toronto Blue Jays team, like amongst those years when I was with Cleveland, and you know, I've kind of been a journeyman ever since. But I think once I started really throwing the baseball, you know, 91, 92, I was like, maybe there's a chance, you know, and then it all got taken away from me. And leading into my senior year, I was projected to go first round. Like, so I was like,
oh,
professional baseball was a thing. I mean, I was up to 96, 97, like, and then I made a throw from the outfield my senior year and blew my shoulder out. And, you know, it was a pretty tough road for 18 months, like mentally and physically, because I was doing everything I could to throw 85. And I'm like, what is going on?
wow.
And then they told me that I was going to have to be released. You know, like, we can't honor your pretty much full ride here if you're not playing. Respect it, 100%. And out of nowhere, we were getting our tails kicked by High Point University, and our coach was like, just go. So I went down there, got hot in a hurry, came in the game, struck out the side, sitting 95 out of nowhere. And I bawled like a baby when I got into the dugout. Dude, I'm not going to lie. I was like, man, I thought my career was over. But, you know, having that come back to me and having the support staff that I have with friends, staff, coaches, like, huge blessing to East Carolina for giving me the opportunity. And, you know, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them and the training staff. So pretty special, full circle, but, like, also, like, really cool to see people, like, you know, fully supporting you through the ups and downs too.
I find it really wild that you don't have to be a young age to have to for sure guarantee yourself a spot in baseball. Because like even the other players are interviewed, they're like, oh yeah, just like out of college, I just, you know, blossomed. And it's just like, I guess parents don't need to worry about, you know, being strict with their kids to play baseball at like age of 4.
No, for sure. And I think that's the beautiful thing about baseball, man. It's like, it's not a one size fit all. And like, you look at like geographically where guys are from, like, I mean, you got America, Mexico, Caracas, you got Dominican, you got Puerto Rico, you got Venezuela, Japan, like, the list goes on. Like,
yeah.
And like, everybody's journey is different.
Okay.
Like, not everybody went to your LSUs and your Clemsons and your Tennessees and like your Big Pal. Like, there's a lot of junior college and small D3, D2 athletes that made it. Now, of course, a lot of your bigger university guys make it. Like, they should. They're really good out of high school. But I think me personally, like, I think I was always talented, but I think that, like, mentally and physically and being able to kind of put that whole bundle together, I don't think it truly happened until, like, I had, like, kids and met my wife. Like, you know, me and my wife were together, you know, for 14 years now. But, like, when we started bringing in the kids and realizing, like, baseball's not everything. It's not what my life is about. You know, like, it's like my life is much more than just baseball. And taking kind of a step back and reflecting and looking in the mirror is like, no, like, enjoy the ride. You know, like, as we all beat ourselves up. Sure. We don't want to fail. But I think that, like, that was the biggest thing for me is, like, I don't think I truly hit my capacity until I was 30.
Amazing.
So like, you know, it's like, of course I want one more year. Of course I want one more year. It's like I'm turning 35 in a couple of weeks, and it's like I'm old in baseball figuratively, but it's like I still feel great, you know. And it's like, and I feel like I still have a lot more to give for a few more years, and I just think that's the beautiful part of baseball. There's so many guys, so many opportunities, and like, just never give up on yourself. I mean, and that's something that I have tattooed on me is, you know, never fear failure. It's all according to God's plan.
Damn.
And it's like a Hall of Famer fell 7 out of 10 times at the plate. Pitchers can't really fail 7 out of 10 times. You're probably going to go home if that happens. But it's like failure is going to happen. But how do you receive it and how do you learn from it and then move on to the next day? I think it's the biggest part of our game. We play 162 games in 185 days. Like it's a grind.
It's a lot.
Yeah, but it's also a lot of fun. Like you get a new opportunity the next day.
Man, there's so much to dissect. So is it basically, I just can't believe that you don't have to be playing your whole life to be a baseball player.
No, a lot of guys I played with were multi-sport athletes. Like when I was in middle school, I was baseball, football, basketball, and soccer. And then whenever I got to high school, wasn't quite good enough to play basketball. I was shorter, like I told you.
Yeah.
But I was, baseball, soccer, and I ran cross country.
Cool.
But I also raced motocross and did skateboards, you know, outside of baseball. So I think that's like the cool thing is like there's so many kids now that want to solidify to one sport. And it's like, be an athlete. Like just have fun. Do what you do. Like, you know, like you're too young to solidify one component of what you do. And you do have your outliers. Like of course you have your Bryce Harpers and people like that were in, you know, high school that were just God-given talent. And they're still absolutely amazing athletes, and being able to share the field with guys like that are amazing. But like, I think that like from a parent, I get asked all the time, is like, is your son going to play baseball? It's like, I don't know. He's 4. I don't care what he does. I was like, low key, I hope he plays golf.
Cool.
You know what I mean? Like I don't care what sport he plays. Like I don't even care if he plays sports. But it's like I think that the more sports you play and the more like different facets you can have from the physicality component, the better athlete you'll be.
That's refreshing to hear.
Absolutely. So like I like it's like just have fun with what you do. You know, like you'll if you get to that level, you'll know, and then you can solidify yourself to one sport.
Cool. How are your parents with just like your upbringing? Did they support your chapter in baseball and all that jazz?
They never forced me to play anything.
Cool.
The only thing my father did was whenever I got in a bad dirt bike accident my sophomore year, and when we got home, he sold everything that I had. He's like,
oh man,
you're going to focus on sports. We're not doing, you know, motocross. He had a half pipe and a quarter pipe and tabletop, all that built in my backyard. Tore all that down too. He's like, he's like, we're not doing that anymore. He's like, let's actually like focus on something. And it did make me fun. And that is when I was like, all right, let's like actually hone in on something and have fun with it in baseball. And we've, you know, because I didn't really start playing travel ball like that until high school. So like, that's when I got serious about baseball and the cross country. And that was honestly our high school coach at the time's one rule is in the fall, you had to play soccer, football, or cross country. He's like, you're not going to just stick baseball. Be a multi-sport athlete, do something. And I think that was great because it kind of took the mental aspect away from the game, but the body and the physicality towards something else other than just your rotation or throwing or whatever it may be. So it's pretty cool in that.
That is cool.
But no, my parents, bar none, always been number one supporter. Mm-hmm. You know, like they're like, whenever you're done, and it's like as long as you play, we'll be there. You know, and my mom never missed a practice, never missed a game. I mean, my dad worked 6 days a week, and she's the rock. She's the reason that I am where I am today, and you know, I'm very thankful for her and what like she did to support me to get me from a baseball game to a soccer game back to a baseball practice, whatever it may be. She never complained. She always made it work.
They don't make them like that anymore.
No,
man. That's so awesome.
No, it's great. It was a blessing.
My dad's kind of was similar to you because to your dad, because I used to ride too, and my dad actually gave me money for insurance, and then one day he's like, I can't have you ride anymore. If you want to ride, you got to pay your own insurance, because he didn't want to tie if like I got in an accident like that. He helped me get on the road and stuff.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
It's a dangerous sport, man.
Yeah.
It's I was lucky I only broke my arm in 3 places, and it was my throwing arm, and that's why my dad's like, we're done. So
do you think it affected you like badly, or was it? Like,
no, I mean, fortunately, Dr. Wheatley, our ortho doctor back home, like he was like, you're going to be fine. Like, It's not growth plate issues. It's, 3 different bones in there, but there's no surgery, no reconstruction in a cast for 6 to 8 weeks or whatever. And luckily it was in the fall.
Sweet.
So I didn't miss any springtime ball.
The body is crazy.
It is crazy.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Do you have siblings?
I do. I have a older brother and a younger sister. We are all actually 8 years apart. So like,
that's cool.
We're not all super close, but like we're all, they're still family.
Yeah.
So like, I have an older brother and a younger sister.
I think it's a great age because me and my siblings too, 8 years apart, and I feel protected a little bit from them because they're older than me. They take care of me and stuff. Yep. So it must be cool.
Yeah, that's how it was for my brother. Like, my brother always looked out for me, whenever I was growing up. And of course we didn't always see eye to eye with things, but like he would always, he was there no matter what the circumstance was. Whenever I needed a call or something, like he was always there. And that's, kind of how I tried to always be for my sister as well.
That's nice, man. Do they miss you? Do you guys, like, how often do you see each other?
We live about 2.5 hours away from them now, where we live now in Raleigh, North Carolina. And, they're both like, my sister's younger. She's taking a little bit different path, probably a story for another time.
Yeah.
I see my brother during the holidays. He's got a wife, he's got 2 kids, he's working, 6 days a week. Like he's pretty busy back home. So I mostly see him during holidays. They don't really get out to see me play too much.
Sure.
But my parents try and come out 2 to 3 times a year to come see me.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
At least they can watch you on TV.
Absolutely.
When they miss you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They're always commenting or messaging me or something like after outings, saying congrats or whatever, or hey, do better next time.
Yeah.
But I think that's good. Like the energy that they bring, and that's what you play for.
Totally.
So
how's parenthood going?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Being a dad's great. My son's at a little awkward stage right now, that 4.5, and not wanting to share his toys with his now crawling sister. That happened, I think, 6 days ago.
I get it.
So something like Zach Eflin with the Orioles always told me, and then I forget, another teammate told me, he's like, you love your kids and you love your son. He's like, but you love your daughter. I was like, what do you mean by that? He's like, it's a new formation of your wife.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't really understand what that meant. And then obviously whenever she's, a month, 2 months old, it's like, I don't really.
Yeah.
But now, like, whenever I walk in the door, she loses her breath. Whenever she like starts laughing and smiling, like, it's like little things like that. It's like, it's unreal. It's a lot of work. You know how
old is she? 9 months?
She just turned 9 months.
Wait until it hits 2 and they start saying things.
Oh, man,
it's
I know.
the greatest thing ever.
She's already got an attitude, and she's only 9 months old. That's what I told my wife. I was like, "You're in trouble." She's like, "You're in trouble." I was like, "That's a fact."
That's crazy. I love it, man. Being a girl dad is special.
Yeah, I'm blessed to have both little boy and especially an older brother and a younger, for his sister. But
yeah.
They're both amazing kids. They're, my son is extremely talented with whatever he puts his mind to, and not even that, man, but like him being, riding the wave of my career and being on different teams and trying to understand that part. Like he said the other day, he's like, when are we going back to the Rays? I was like, buddy, we're with the Rangers now. Like, we're not, like, they could re-sign us in free agency. You never know. And he's like, well, what about the Cardinals? And he's like, well, what about the Cubs? Because I was in 3 teams last year. And he's a baseball fan, man. He loves reading like the alphabet for baseball. We go out there every single morning pretty much at the house and take swings, whether it's taking swings or playing wall ball and playing soccer, and then we'll go ride bikes to go see the Ducks. But being a dad's awesome, man. It's sharing something that I've worked for my whole life with, and now being able to have them on the field and run bases and just have events on baseball fields. It's like, it's given me everything, and it got me out of my hometown. So being able to share that with my kids and my wife, my family, it's like that's what it's all about. So it's special, man. It's a amazing opportunity.
Oh, that's cool, man. What was I going to ask? I was going to say, do you obviously you do, but how do you deal with being away all the time?
A lot of FaceTime.
Yeah.
A lot of FaceTime. And then, obviously, hands down, I can't say it enough, and I probably don't tell her enough, but the wife, man.
That's where you look into the camera.
Yeah, it's for real. She makes everything happen.
Cool.
She brings me back down there. She sets me straight. She's the rock. She's the core of our, our whole entire family. And again, I don't give her enough credit sometimes for the things she does, because I know she's tired. And even when she's tired, it's like homestands, the kids are up at 6:30. We got early risers. Yeah. She's like, stay in bed and sleep. So like, you know,
man.
so like she lets me get my rest and everything like that. But you know, without her, I mean, she's been with me since day one of my career. So
That's
like,
cool.
so like having her, you know, through all of the ups and downs and the DFAs and the releases, and now we have children and, you know, making a career out of it. It's really amazing to, you know, have her by my side and her being the mother of my children too.
Shout out to mom.
Yeah. Shout out to mom for
That's
sure.
really cool, man.
Absolutely.
How do you guys deal with like getting traded?
It's one of those things where we're like, neither her or I are really go with the flow type of people. We're pretty routine oriented, and that's tough in this lifestyle. I mean, especially last year, like, you know, we kept asking. I was like, we had finally made roots with the Rays. You know, we'd been there for 3.5 years, and you know, it's like, oh, hey, is there a chance we're getting moved? Is there a chance we're getting moved? And 5:52 rolls around and nothing's happened, and deadline's in 5 minutes. And I'm literally in the shower, and the manager comes out and says, hey, dude, need to talk to you. And I'm like,
Oh man. So do you know?
oh, I knew then.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I knew. I was like, dang, you know, like.
Okay.
And he told me he was going to the Cardinals, and obviously there was a lot of tears with the wife, a lot of tears. Like, and she actually, I ended up telling her, I was like, come to the game. I'm gonna go home and pack. Like, come to the game, hang out with the wives, let Declan hang out with the kids. Like, just have it another normal night. You know what I mean? Like, enjoy yourself, be able to see them, because the wives were awesome with her there. They were a very close group. And she ended up staying for another 2 weeks in Tampa, because she told me because she was, at the time, she was 7 months pregnant.
Even crazier.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not going all over the place. Hotels, like, and I was like, nor do like, go home, nest, like, get the stuff. And they flew out and saw me, and then as soon as they left from St. Louis, I got sent to the Cubs.
What was she like?
Yeah, and she was just like, you know, I'm not going. I was like, I know. Like, I was like, I'm fully aware. So I think it's just one of those things, man, where it's like, never get too comfortable.
Okay.
You know, like that's what I tell guys, you know, especially like relievers. Like, I don't know if the terminology is right, but I was like, you're a pawn on a chessboard. And the sooner you realize that, the easier your life will be, where it's like, control what you can control, and whatever else happens, just be where your feet are.
Okay.
You know, like, and because not all of us have the capacity to sign, you know, 5-6 year deals and where you're, you know, where you're set. Like Chris Bassett with there, like, I know his wife Jessica very well with the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
It's like very fortunate for them to sign, you know, a deal that'll take him potentially into his retirement years. You know, so like it's awesome for like when those things happen, but at the same time, it's like, just have fun with it. You know, like,
Yeah.
you can be traded no matter what. Like this past trade deadline, we didn't know what was going to happen. You know, like we saw my name pop up in a few scenarios, and Toronto was actually one of them.
Crazy.
And then my wife's like, "We'll make it work." Like,
That's nice.
Like
man.
it is what it is. Like, we'll make it work. You know, and then it's on me to like quit stressing,
Okay.
quit stressing. You know, like whatever needs to be done, we'll do it. And her parents are amazing. So like without them, it would be a lot harder to like. They drop anything to come help her
Do
get
they live
moved
close?
or wherever. No, they live in North Carolina too. So like if we're in
okay.
Texas, like whenever she's going home, her mom's like, "You're not flying with the kids by yourself. I'll fly out and just fly right back with you." And it's like, it's little things like that. And it's not really a little thing, you know, but it's like it for me in the back of my mind, it's like, all right, I know I have the safety harness. Like I know that she's going to be there or her dad's going to be there to get her and my kids home. So like, that's a huge blessing for us to be able to have too. It takes an army, man. It's not just two people, you know what I mean? It's like you got to rely on people around you too. And so like it's cool because it brings you close to a lot of different people.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
Logistically, what does it look like when you get traded? Like, do you rent in? Well, Texas is a bad example, but in Tampa, like, did you have a home where you owned?
No, we rented. So like life of middle reliever, 1 year deals.
Okay.
You know, like, and that's where we've actually discussed that. It's like if we were fortunate enough to sign like a 2 year deal somewhere after this, we would buy. Just to have roots. You know,
Okay.
It's like where we don't have to pick up and get furniture and rent and do all this other stuff. But yeah, we rent for the most part. We'll sign a 7 to 8 month lease depending on where it's at or lease terms. In Texas, it was 10 months. So that's what we did. We signed a 10-month lease there. But then that's where you bring your agent into it. And I can't remember the exact term, but you can kind of get it incorporated into it to where if you get traded, you can opt out. And then basically you pay another month's rent.
You sublease it to somebody else.
Well, that you can't so the team can actually sublease to someone else.
I see. It's the team. Okay.
But the owner of the home that we're renting from, like when we signed it this year, we got it incorporated into our lease. And it's like, hey, like if we get traded, like July 31st, we'll pay you the full month of August, but we're not going to be here.
Got it.
In order to void September.
It's like a clause.
Yeah, and they're like done.
Cool.
You know, then some places don't do that. Like last year I got traded and had to pay them August, September, October, and part of November.
You're kidding.
But when you get traded like that, the team you get traded to, they're on the hook for it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like you pay the bill, you give them the receipt, and then they reimburse you into a check. And then they also reimburse you for any luggage that needs to be shipped, any baggage fees, like car being shipped, because it's kind of it's in our contract. So like
That's amazing.
if you trade us, like it's kind of like a moving stipend. Like
Got it.
we don't have any control over it. We can't say no. Some people can. I mean, some people have a no trade clause, but like for me, like we don't. So like you just pay it out of pocket, and then the team will cover it back up for you. So like it's nice in that regard. Still doesn't make it any easier.
Sure.
But when you get traded like that, it's like you do just short-term Airbnbs. And if they don't have that, every team has a team hotel within walking distance of the field for the most part.
Okay.
So like that's really nice too. Like Texas, ours is Live by Lowe's, which is literally you walk out the back door and you're in the stadium. So for guys that get called up and down, they'll stay there. Guys that get traded and can't find a place, they stay there. So it's nice in that regard too. But when you got 2 kids, 3 kids,
it's not fun.
Hotels aren't great. But again, it's a roof over your head, and then you figure out the rest later.
Sure.
It's like that's the last part. It's like you're gonna have a roof somewhere. Don't stress that. Figure out the logistics once you get there, and then most of the time teams have travel guys, and then the wives have. They're a pretty solid group. So like they reach out, and then like Jake Diekman, who played in the big leagues, his wife is actually partnering with a group right now too. My wife met her where they're creating like an app or a website where it's like it has restaurants, things to do, doctors, OBGYNs, everything, dentists in every big league city.
Cool.
So you get traded, you can contact them for information, subscribe, whatever, and it's like, boom, here's a list for car shipping, dog sitting, babysitters, teachers, schools, and it's like, so it's a genius idea.
I love it.
So it's like.
Is it out?
I'm not sure I think they're working on it still. I'm not 100% certain if it's out or not. But I know that they're working pretty hard on it, and it's like that doesn't exist. Like that's brilliant. Like for like that should have been a thing a long, long time ago. Like why didn't MLB think of that?
I told Marissa Hoffman when she was here that they need to create some sort of like support group for the wives to handle the life of like baseball, because it's crazy. You're always like on your feet if you don't have that like long-term
and there is
contract.
a Facebook group. There's a Facebook group for wives and girlfriends of MLB athletes.
Oh,
and
cool.
I think there's also like the same thing for the NFL, and it's like you can go up there and type into a forum and it'll shoot out, and then you have thousands of wives that'll go in there and respond to it. So like that's really nice too. Like
Cool.
I think my wife did it last year on a stroller for like flying internationally or something. It wasn't even baseball related. And she got like 30 responses and didn't have to go searching for it. So
Amazing.
so it's cool. Like, like the baseball atmosphere, family, whatever you want to call it, like it goes way out of just your team. So like everyone needs an answer. Everyone needs help. So like, I think that like generating those platforms and stuff has been great for our wives, because it also takes the stress off of us, because we'll go to the field and we'll talk about something and the guys are like, what are you talking about? It's like, I figured you haven't talked about it to your wife yet. Like we had a favorite things basket the other week, and I'm like trying to figure out like budgets on what guys are spending, and they're like, I don't know, my wife's doing it.
There you
And
go.
it's like, all right, well, then that works. So like the wives they still run the show a lot, like, at home. So
Sure.
But no, it's great. So
That's cool.
yeah.
What was I gonna say, man? I have like a brain fart.
Oh no worries.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? It was related to I was gonna say your kids, at least they don't have school.
Yeah, so I actually, like, what my wife and I were talking about today is like, in the event that like we're not going to make playoffs, she's like, our son's school starts September 1st,
Okay.
and we actually got him in Texas school starting September 1st, where he goes from 12 to 4 for like, it's kind of like a intro to actual like preschool.
Cool.
But yeah, next fall, like he starts October 22nd. He'll start at North Raleigh Christian Academy.
Yeah.
And it's like different ball game then, but at the same time, my wife and I have discussed pretty hard on, if I'm still truly playing, like, and I've expressed that it's like, it's not worth playing if you're not with me.
Okay.
It's like, of course the money's great. Of course, this is what I want to do. It's like, but if I'm going to go play and you guys aren't with me, like, what am I playing for?
Okay.
And that's where like my wife, shout out to my wife again, early childhood development is what her degree was in. And we've actually talked about homeschooling
Cool.
our son until we're ready to be done playing.
So what does it mean for them to like be with you? Does that mean they're traveling to the away games or just being there for the home games?
Mostly home games. And that's something my wife's kind of been on me about, here as of late. She's like, I want to travel more. She's like, I ask you about this place. And it's like, well, it's not great. It's like, well, Kansas City's not great in August. It's 105 degrees with no shade in the stadium. Like, yeah, the place is cool, but like, it's tough on you. Like, I don't have to deal with it. Like you're at the stadium with a 9-month-old and a 4-year-old, and our 4-year-old who does not want to sit down. He wants to go see the fountains. He wants to go to the ice cream shop. He wants to go to the team store. It's like, but with a 9-month-old strapped to your chest and it's 100 degrees, it's tough. And that's more so it is. And I think like next year, I think that's the biggest thing we've talked about for like homeschooling is like they're both be at the prime age where travel's easy.
Cool.
And we also, and like Hobie Milner, one of our relievers, his son, I think, or daughter's 4, and they've knocked off every big league stadium. And it's like, that's what I would love to do with my son.
That's
like,
cool.
For him to check off every stadium in the big leagues while I'm playing. And I think that's something that we're really going to strive for next season as well.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So something cool for him. Like my first big league game was the one I pitched in. So like I never went to big league games before I got called up to the big league. So like,
that's cool too.
Yeah, even if he never plays, like I still want him to be able to like, yeah, I've been to all 30 stadiums. Like,
what's up?
Like it's like, yeah, my dad played, but I didn't go to any games. Like that's not, that's not what I want it to be about. So, did
you and your wife have to like come to terms before having kids to understand what would life be like?
I mean, not really. Just because there was a lot of like ups and downs, like when we first got together. So like we kind of understood the balance of like, the failure and stuff like that. Like for instance, the year we got married in 2017, I saw her for 3 days. I got optioned 12 times that year. So an option to go, up and down AAA to the big leagues. And it's like every time we would try and plan something, well, guess what? I got sent back down. Or, okay, cool, you're going to come in this weekend. Well, I just got called back up. And she was working at the time. So like I think that was kind of like an eye opener. It's like, okay, can we do this? Like we're literally engaged, getting married in November, and I've seen you for 4 days over the course of 182 days.
That's crazy.
And then you fast forward to November. We got married November 11th, and then I got called December 3rd. It's like, hey, you've been traded to Seattle Mariners, and it's like, so like I literally canceled all my baseball lessons that night. I was like, I got to go home and talk to my wife. We got to figure out life, like.
Man, that's tough.
She had been on the job for 2 years, and I was like, do we want to be separated by that long of a,
stretch,
like 5-hour flights, plus I'm behind you by 3 to 4 hours. Like, can we do that newlyweds? And we both agreed it's just not going to happen. Like, so she's quit her job, packed up everything. We literally carpooled out to Arizona. Got DFA'd 3 weeks into spring training. So like salary went from, $600,000 to $90,000, and she wasn't working. And it's like, oh fuck.
What a roller coaster.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's like, but it ended up being the best season I've ever had.
Amazing.
Like she had the most fun she's ever had. And it's like, it wasn't about money. It wasn't about it. Like, of course that's what we're trying to get to, but it's like, I ended up getting called up and never been in the minor league since, it's like, and it's like, so like having that before we had kids and those experiences, like it's a learning curve.
Totally.
But like at the same time, like being able to experience that with your life partner before you have kids, and then when you add the kids into it, of course it's hard. But at the same time, it's like, just another day.
Yeah.
Because the following year we got DFA'd again with our dog, and the last day we got called at 10 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday, and they're like, when I was with Seattle, I was like, Baltimore Orioles have claimed you. We need you in Chicago tomorrow. I'm like, my wife can't drive from Seattle to Baltimore by herself. So Baltimore, their travel guy at the time stepped up and said, hey, I got everything bypassed. You guys have the first 2 seats, first class on Delta to Baltimore. Your dog can fly with you. So our golden retriever, Benson, got on the plane with us. We flew to Baltimore. I dropped them off. Her mom drove up, met her. They got into the apartment. I literally got them to the apartment, drove straight back to the airport, flew straight to Chicago, and pitched the next day on Tuesday.
I'm dizzy just following along with this,
so
man.
It's like,
this is crazy.
It's a different lifestyle. I mean, obviously with kids like that, man, that's tough, and we haven't truly had to experience that, knock on wood, you know, with kids. But it's just like, don't be comfortable.
Yeah.
Have fun, but never be too comfortable. You know, it's like, it's just enjoy where you're at, enjoy the moment, and take it a day at a time. Like, don't look too far ahead, don't look too far behind. Just enjoy the moment and
Yeah.
ride the roller coaster, dude. 'Cause it's a hell of a ride.
It's funny because I'm sure people and like fans just think you're living La Vida Loca,
Yeah, it's not.
and it's actually a lot of behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's not all the rainbows and things like that. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
of course, like, we do what we love. Like, I'm never gonna complain,
Of course,
and we make great money doing it. But it's like, dude, like,
there's a cost.
yeah, I mean, it's like you're still on a TV. You know, it's like you fell and people were in your, you know, like people let you know. I mean, like, I've had a game this year where, like, you know, death threats are a part of it. Like, you get it. Like, and it's like, I think that's also the big part of where gambling on baseball comes now.
I didn't know that's where most of the hateful comments came from.
I mean, I had an outing last year. I went 2 scoreless and got MF'd all over Twitter because I didn't strike out 4 guys. I struck out 3.
That's crazy.
It's like, dude, like, if I could strike out every batter I face, believe me, I would love to. But that's not how this works. You know, like, they're a big leaguer as well, like standing in the box. You know, it's like, but it's a part of the game, man. Like, betting is part of it. Like, I don't bet on sports. Yeah, I do a lot of sports cards and stuff like that. But, like, it's like, I see what it is for, like, us and guys that I've played with, and it's like, I'm never gonna bet on a guy's, you know, like, future. Of course, I bet on the Bills to win, but I'm not gonna go call them out for losing. You know, shout out Josh Allen, big fan. But you know what I mean? Like, they're still people. You know, it's like they're still doing what they love, and they're one of the best in the world to be able to get there. And it's like, but yeah, they're like, but people also, like, that's kind of what we always say. Like, if you can't financially afford to lose it, why bet it?
Okay.
You know, it's
I
like,
get it. It's dangerous.
You know, but it's like at the same time, like, it's addicting. So, you know, but, you know, like, again, athletes wish we could win every time. And it's like, just, that's the biggest thing for me is, like, I can handle it. Just don't bring families into it.
Do the Rangers have some sort of support service for this?
Blake, our security guy, is awesome.
What,
Like,
what do they do? Like, if it's online stuff?
anything you need.
Crazy.
Can't go into detail, but
Hack into the, like, you know.
Yeah, they can.
That's it.
MLB security's big time too. Like pretty much every guy that's under the security team has worked some form of, like, FBI, DAC, like CIA, whatever. Like, they've done some form of that, and this is kind of like their retirement. So, like, the connections that they have to support us and protect us are pretty extravagant.
Can you imagine kicking the door of, like, a house and it's like this little kid on the computer and shit? Get down.
I don't think it goes that far, man. But, like, I know there was a circumstance this year in Houston with McCullers, his first outing back, and somebody was, like, saying, like, they were gonna, like, murder his son on the sidewalk, or,
That's
like, if
crazy.
they saw him. And it's like, dude, like, and he was very emotional about it, and rightfully so. I would be too. And I think they ended up finding out who the guy was, and he got banned from all 30 MLB stadiums.
Amazing.
So it's like, hats off to them.
Totally.
That. You know what I mean? It's like, that guy's had 3 surgeries in two or 3 years, something like that. Like, he's doing everything he can to get back. Like, he doesn't need the additional stuff coming into. And then when you start bringing in kids and they got to fear for themselves, like, that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just that's a no-no. Especially, and that's my biggest thing is, like, you can talk all the hate you want to me. Like, I'll, like, whatever. But just don't bring my wife and kids into it. Like, it's not their fault. It's not their issue. You know what I mean? Like, that's the biggest thing.
So as a pitcher, as a professional athlete, how do you even, like, you're obviously going to have bad games, but how do you bounce back mentally? Because I'd be kaput, man, after, like, the first bad game. I don't know. You can get deep into your thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, and again, looking at the camera, shout out to my wife. She's the one.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we went through some dark times last year, just with some things, like, because all I was looking at was dollar signs because the year I had before.
Okay.
And it's like, I'm going into free agency and I want this so bad. And it's like, it didn't help anything on field.
Okay.
You know, but having her as my rock and my support, and she lets me know.
Okay.
You know, like if I'm getting in a bad spot, or, like, she's like, as I said it once to share, like, my mechanic, she's like, F the mechanics, don't start that shit again.
I love it.
She's like, your mechanics are fine. She's like, just go out there and pitch. And she used to always tell me, she would literally send me text messages for a game. She's like, throw FU fastballs. She's like, don't guide it, throw it. And it's like, those little things where she knows the certain things to say, just like for me to like look at before I go on the ground, like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's special. And I think that's what a lot of us try and find in this game is someone that truly understands how hard it is. And like that we are like, yeah, we're not at home with our kids and making all the sacrifices and how tired our wives are, but they also know the sacrifices we're making is we're never with our family and we're never with our kids.
Yeah.
And it takes a special woman to understand that.
No doubt.
So, especially with our lifestyle.
I get it.
It's hard.
That's crazy. You do a lot of work, a Big League Impact?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so Big League Impact started by Adam Wainwright in 2023. He was with the Cardinals. He always saw these people doing like different foundations and things for like their home teams. And he's like, well, why not have the opposing team get involved in the city, in the opposing cities?
Cool.
And it's like, you think about it, it's like, well, it could be kind of cross contamination here. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
So I started doing it a couple of years ago, just like a little event here, a little event there. And then I was asked this year if I wanted to do it for the Rangers, like head it up. And it's been awesome, man. Like it's something where we go and we never really know what we're doing. Like we'll get like a little overview of what the place, you know, replicates and what they're doing. But like Jessica, who coordinates everything with us, who I think she dates Adam Wainwright's wives. I don't know how she's,
they're
but
connected.
but she coordinates everything. And she didn't like, I told her, I was like, I don't really want to know what we're doing. Like, let's leave it at surprise. You know, like just when we go there, like, just because it just makes it more fun.
Sure.
But no, it's pretty cool, man. We go to different cities. We're actually doing one tomorrow morning here in Toronto from 9:30 to 11:30, and then we're gonna do one in Kansas City on Tuesday from 9:30 to 11:30.
What are you guys doing here?
I'm not sure. I have it in my phone.
Got it.
She actually texted me and I walked in the door. She's like, it's 9:30, 11:30. Working. I haven't even responded to her yet.
Yeah.
So I'll text her after and say, yeah. But it's like we go from Feed My Starving Children organizations where we pack dry food where all I have to do is add water and boil it to like, and it goes to like, we did it the other day, or when we were in Minnesota, and it was 800 meals that were going to Guam, like to a
Cool.
village that can't afford food, you know. And then we do things like packing bags for in Chicago, like a big one when we go there is like we do stuff for the baseball program, and their idea behind that is it's police officers or coaches, and they try and get kids off the streets. Hey, come play baseball, come play soccer.
Cool.
They can't afford it,
Yeah.
so they give them cleats, bats, gloves, balls, all that kind of stuff. So it's like pretty cool in that regard to be able to be a part of that. And then we'll, you know, Seattle Pike Market, they sponsor this group, and it's for like older people that can't mobily go and get groceries, and then some can't afford it, and it's actually really good meals. But then they also do their like our last event we did there, it was their dry food storage, and we were making bags and snacks that were calorie accountable for a daily value for drug addicts and homeless. And they don't have to have a reason, they don't have to have a story. They can walk up to the window and just say, hey, I need dry food, I don't have any.
Cool.
And it's free.
Good for
You know,
you,
so
man.
like stuff like that. And I mean, it's just different everywhere we go. And then some of the special ones that have hit home with me, and, you know, like we could talk a little bit later off camera, like with stuff like that, is like drug addiction.
Sure.
We've done quite a few of them this year. Like the one in Detroit, man, it was awesome. We went there, they had a men's clinic, a wives and children's clinic, but then it's like full circle. You got to do it for a year.
Okay.
And then, but they allow you to like basically do a house buyback program. And Flint, Michigan, right outside of Detroit, actually sold this organization homes for like $10. $10 for 4-bedroom houses.
What?
Now, some didn't have ceilings, some didn't have floors, some didn't have windows, some had all the plumbing and
HVAC,
stuff
yeah.
like pulled out. And ironically, one of the first gentlemen to do it was a heroin addict, and he was a construction worker. He got himself clean, stayed in the thing, and started refabricating all these houses with the guys. And now they own like 40 or 50 homes. And newlyweds come there and like, hey, like, we need help. We're strung out. We're this or whatever. They get them clean. They allow them to buy a room, like all these different things, and just like it's full circle. Like, and like whenever I got done, I was like, hey, I want to go to the Walgreens and buy every diaper and wipe into Walgreens and send it back to the children's clinic.
That's amazing.
You know, just like, so it's like you never really know what you're going to experience. You know, like we went to Baltimore and it was like a bunch of homeless individuals, and Baltimore loves their sports. And it's like they found out we were the Rangers, and they were fired up in a good way.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, but it was like asking for autographs, wanting to take pictures. And it's like these people are literally coming off the streets, like homeless, have nothing. and it's just 5 minutes for them to like have a smile. So like things like that, like it's just, you never know what you're going to get in a different city. We haven't done one event in Dallas. And I think the cool part about that is all the road teams do them in Dallas that are part of Big League Impact. So it lets our community see other athletes becoming involved. And I think that's the cool part about it, as we go to other cities and they see other teams coming in and wanting to help that city in a different way. And it's just pretty special because it brings all of us closer in regards to where it's like Toronto may hate the Rangers, but they see the Rangers out doing something, and it could be just 4 people, but it changes the perspective where it's like, oh, they're just people too, you know, like, and it's like, we want to help you. And it's like, I think that's just the cool part. And it takes our mind away from baseball to just like, we have an hour and a half, 2 hours just to go cook breakfast or whatever. Like we did one in LA and we made bacon, eggs, fruit, and bagels for recovering heroin and homeless people.
That's awesome.
And they were fired up about it.
I'm sure.
You know, and like one of the gentlemen in there was literally showing us pictures from where he was boat captain and then started telling us about how his life took a turn.
It's crazy.
You know, but he was amazed that this was the first time anybody had ever been to that specific one. And they were like, why are you guys doing this? And it's just like, why not?
Yeah.
And we just sat down and had breakfast with him for an hour and made him breakfast and just hung out and just talked. So it's like, it's just cool to be able to kind of see those people and do different things.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for what you do.
Yeah, it's pretty special. So it's cool. And, you know, the guys on my team help me out as well. So it's like, again, it's not just one person. It takes a village to be able to do things. And, you know, Adam Wainwright's done a really good job of creating this organization amongst MLB athletes. So it's fun.
Shout out to Adam.
Yeah, shout out for sure.
That's awesome, man. Armstrong Performance.
Yeah. You know, started off wanting to do like arm care and started thinking about it for myself. And I was like, as a professional athlete, if I'm going to pay someone to do my arm care, I want someone that has a degree and has seen it and done it. And of course I've done it, but I've done it for works for me.
Got it.
So we actually partner with, shout out, Armored Heat out of Arizona. They do all of our arm care for all our athletes. We sell weighted balls, armbands, connection balls, those type of things, just for more of like, we call it our toolbox, to where like an athlete can put it all in his little drawstring backpack, have his weighted balls, his armbands, his connection ball, and we create trigger point balls where you can do soft tissue modalities for like soreness and stuff. But our big thing we do is we train athletes, and that's something that we're actually working towards right now to purchase next fall, is a facility with 3 fields right outside of Raleigh, North Carolina. And that's what I want to do whenever I'm done. I want to run it full circle, where it's like we have the baseball aspect, and that's kind of self-sufficient, but I want to run the lab setting. Like I want to do have a PT, have a chiropractor, have a massage therapist, where it's like, it's a one-stop shop. You can come in and get everything you need. And you also have the fields where we can play games and do actual stuff. So, I mean, that's my passion, is the amateur side of things. Like my partner, Logan Bender, who's at the Performance Academy right now, he trains all my guys while I'm gone, and he's doing an absolutely amazing job at training those guys. He's taken so many mid-major guys, man, then turned them into D1 athletes, over the past, 2 years. And it's been a lot of fun to sit back and watch. But then it's also like a lot of fun hearing like my top 2-3 guys that I'm training right now, work with them and hear a different perspective, and just seeing how they're continually evolving while I'm gone. So like, that's the cool part. I would love to coach in professional baseball, but I really enjoy the amateur side of it, and seeing young kids turn into men, and then seeing their futures continue to evolve. That's fulfilling to me.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Life after baseball sounds like it's an awesome new chapter.
Yeah. No,
not yet, but like you're building it, right?
For sure. I mean, I've been doing it since 2014. So it's like with training kids, and like, I think it was like, started out small, and then being like 28 out of 30 went D1. And then once we had kids, I passed all my guys over to Logan now. I think he's got like 50 or 60 athletes that he's working with now.
Cool.
And he's crushing it. So like, I mean, but seeing this, it's just fun seeing the smile on their face when they hit like a personal record.
Cool. Like
they're striving to hit 90, and it's like they've been working on it for, X amount of time, and they hit it, and it's like just the excitement they get. And then you see the parents' eyes like, wow, he can do it. You know what I mean? So like, yeah. But then on the same time, health is wealth. That's what I always tell my kids and my clients. Like, I don't care how hard you can throw if you can't be healthy. Cool. And that's the biggest thing we preach, is like the healthy way to do it. We're not going to go strive for 5 miles an hour in 2 months. If you want that from us, you're in the wrong group. Cool. And we do have outliers, like your seniors, like it's your last leg, lay it on the table. You know what I mean? But other than that, like we strive to where it's like, hey, you're not going to come do one lesson with us. Like if you want to work with us, it's a 6 to 12 month process. So it's not a one and done. So I think that's something that parents have to get accustomed to and realize, like, it's not just a one single lesson. Like if you want to work with us, we're in it for the long haul, not just a short run and for the dollar.
And it's like that with anything. You need to commit to a long term. You can't get results on a short term. Like
exactly. I mean, that's life.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's what we try and really preach.
How nostalgic is it to teach students? Does it give you any like feelings about when you were like younger?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had it when I was younger because lessons weren't like that. Like my first pitching coach was when I was in college.
Yeah.
And of course, my high school coach was a pitching coach, but he was the coach for everything. You know, so like I think just being able to be a sponge in the big leagues and learn from the brilliant people that I've kind of worked with, but then at the same time, being able to give that back to the younger generation and the other guys that are working underneath me that's what it's all about. It's a full circle event. I use that term a lot, but it's like being able to give back to them and being able for my guys to give back to the guys they're training. And then it's like, I'm not going to hoard information.
Yeah.
Like if you're a coach and you want to know, like I'll give you what I got.
Totally.
I think that's the biggest thing is like evolving the game. So like, I think that's like by giving back to the amateur side and having a 13-year-old say, oh, I worked with a big leaguer today. It's like, well, maybe that makes him want to take another step towards his main goal.
Yeah, it's inspiring.
You know? Yeah, so like being able to have that and then also being a role model for what I am here and then also for my kids to see that I work with, you know, other guys, not just for the self-fulfillment. I think that's the main reason that I like to do it.
Good for you. I'm excited to see it.
Absolutely.
TrackMan.
Yeah.
How does it even, is there a sensor in the balls or is it machines that have sensors? How does it work?
So the TrackMan is based on like trajectory and all of that stuff. And it gives you basically like velocity out of hand, velocity crossing plate. And then when you set up TrackMan, it's based on height, the height of it, how far it is away from the plate. And then it calculates into basically a self-program algorithm that TrackMan has created. And it'll give you all of the metrics, whether it's like release height, release angle, hand release side, or release side, spin rate, axis of the ball, perceived axis of the ball. Then it'll give you your horizontal movement, your vertical movement, your velocity, gives you all of those type of things, you know, and the metrics are cool, you know, and it's like, I have, you know, some parents that are kids that are 11, 12 years old and they're like, I want to come throw on TrackMan. I'm like, for what? Like, why do you want to pay me X amount of dollars to do this when your kid's 11 years old?
Yeah.
Come back to me when he's 14. And they all kind of look at me and it's like, I'm not going to take your money whenever he doesn't need it. He needs to take a step back and go work with my partner, Logan, and get the mechanical foundation before we do that.
The real TrackMan.
Yeah. That's what you need first. Like walk before you can run.
Cool.
You know, but TrackMan's amazing, man. Like it's like TrackMan combined with Hawkeye and MLB and having all the data and the cameras and all that kind of stuff. Like you obviously got to understand what you're looking for in regards to that. And it's like, you're not just chasing a metric. You have to understand what your arm angle is. You have to understand like what your scap retraction is. You have to understand like what your layback is, which is, you know, external rotation. But then you pair TrackMan with Kinetrax and find out if you're, you know, whether you're a pronator or a supinator, how the hand works.
Yeah.
That deciphers on what pitches you can throw.
Cool.
And then now the new terms with seam shifted wake, basically being able to take gravity and the Magnus effect and make the ball do different things just based on seam orientation is a whole nother thing. So it's just really cool because the game is always evolving. And with that little circle ball, you can do so many different things.
Is the sensor in the ball or is it cameras? I don't get it.
It's like a laser sensor. So
it
picks up the ball and picks up the spin rate
cool.
of the baseball. So it's like, and then you have Rapsodo, which does a very similar thing. TrackMan is more of like the nitty gritty, like details, like metrically. Rapsodo is really good for like designing a pitch. But like for like a facility that doesn't really understand the TrackMan and the data, Driveline, who's created by Kyle Bodie out of Seattle, they also have a separate one in Arizona. You can actually purchase Driveline. I think it's Driveline Edge, and you can type in all these metrics and it'll spit out all these different pitches and comparisons and all this other stuff for like someone to start understanding what the data means. So there's so many things out there now where you can like actually type in a TrackMan data and it'll spit out like what their comp is. You know, like I forget which website it is, but you can literally type in TrackMan data and it's like, oh, well, your fastball is comparison to Justin Verlander, Mariano Rivera, like cool. Whatever. And then at the same time, for a learning curve, what I like to do is to use that data, give it to one of my clients and say, go watch him pitch. Don't watch how he throws it. Watch him pitch. How does he get ahead? How does he put away? Where is he using these pitches? And I think that helps the client understand, like, okay, I know what my metrics do, but like how, like, can I, like, what can I, like, when I throw on TrackMan and I have that strike zone, like, 'cause that's what I'll do is I'll create a report. It's like 9 out of 10 times you can hit this spot every single time.
Is it muscle memory pitching?
I mean, yeah, I would like to say yes.
Because I don't know how you guys do it without hitting anybody.
I mean, I think I've hit 5 guys in the past 3 weeks. It's like,
Okay.
it's like, I promise it's not like I hit Trout up and in the other day. And like, of course the coach got mad on the opposing team, but it's like I told media the next day, it's like, baseball is better when Mike Trout's on the field. He's missed enough time due to injury. I promise I'm not trying to hit that guy.
There you go.
You know what I mean? It's like, but yeah, like, but the body, like, it's like golf. Like, you think golf's a muscle memory. Golf's freaking hard. I wish I was good at golf. You know what I mean? No matter how many times I go out on the range and hit balls dead straight, I go on the course and I shank it. So baseball is the same thing, but it's like that's all we train for. That's the way I lift for pitching. I run for pitching. Like, the way we do things is all circled around pitching.
Cool.
And I think that's the most exciting part. I'm post baseball is like, I'm ready to lift. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm ready to like bench press. I'm ready to do things like that.
Nice.
You know, like, but again, it's not just pitching. It's lifting. It's arm care. It's arm path, and that's what we sell our weighted balls for. It's not gonna, like, can it help you gain velocity? Sure, but we do it more for arm path orientation. Like, you need to increase external rotation. First off, mobility. Can you get there? Yes. Okay. Let's do overweight, where it's forcing the external without you thinking about it. Like, in those type of different variations. So that's where the training part really comes into, like, yeah, it's muscle memory.
Yeah.
But it's also like the biggest thing that I preach is preparation.
Okay.
How do you prepare? What's your routine? If you can prepare and you can stick to your routines, when you get on the game, have fun. It should take care of the rest.
I feel like I would need to pitch. Well, I'm sure you guys do, like, pitch 100 times before playing the game to remind myself I can pitch.
But yeah, like, so like my routine, like, if I don't pitch, if I haven't thrown in the game for 2 days, I'm throwing a bullpen before the game, even if I'm pitching that night.
Got it.
And it could be just 7 to 8 pitches. You know, it's like, but like, that's also where, you know, you have your throwing partner. And I don't like switching throwing partners. Like, I like my throwing partner to know me as well as I know him.
Yeah.
And I take pride in that. Like, I want to know what my throwing partner's doing.
Got it.
So that way when he's off, I can tell him. And that way when I'm off, he can tell me. So, like, I think the throwing partner, you know, is a big component for relievers and stuff like that. And it's the same way with the starter. And the starter thing throws to the same bullpen catcher every day.
Okay.
Some starters throw to the same in-game catcher every day. So, like, having that relationship with your catcher is huge. Reliever, we don't get that.
Okay.
You know, it's like whoever's in the game, that's who we're pitching to.
That's tough.
Yeah, I mean, it is. But Jonah and Higgy, for us, they do a phenomenal job. So, like, I could care less about that. I don't have a preference on either one of them. They both do a really good job. But yeah, I mean, I think, like, again, like, having the coaching staff that we have, the analytical department that we have, again, it takes an army.
Yeah.
Then you got Sags, who sits back in our lab reading all the Kinetrax data and stuff for, like, our 3D analysis on the skeletal portion. It was like, hey, your velocity of body was down by whatever today. That's why your velo was down by 1 mile an hour. Or you were cross body by 0.78 inches today. That's why your four seam was off. So, like, being like, and it's like, and that's where, like, we're blessed in the big leagues because we don't have to go search for that. They come to us.
Cool.
And it's like, then you can make the adjustments pre-game and in-game and that type of stuff too.
If physics wasn't a limitation, what kind of pitch would you want to create? That would be like your signature pitch. Can do anything you want.
I mean, I think having a 3-plane pitch would be insane. And some guys do it sometimes by accident, but it's like when a ball comes in and, like, goes one way, then goes the other, then goes back.
Oh, that's like a zigzag.
Yeah, like a snake, that, like a knuckleball.
That's cool.
But being able to do that at like 95, 96, I think would be cool. But I think that I just finally realized how to throw it this year. The sweeper, the seam shifted sweeper is like kind of the new pitch that I am fascinated with. And it's like I've started throwing it too. And it's being able to create a pitch that, like, holds the vertical plane,
Yeah.
but also takes off horizontally.
Cool.
So, like, that's something that I've really been trying to do this year, like, incorporate that into my arsenal, and it's made a difference in, like, my pitch selection and usages. But yeah, I think those type of pitches, like with the horizontal movements and stuff, it's pretty cool because, like, Obviously, with the ball, there's certain limitations.
Sure.
But again, like we talked about earlier with baseball, there's all different arm paths.
Cool.
So you can make the ball do different things depending on where you're at. So it's like there's no set limitation that you don't have to do something one way. Make it your own, but make sure like it also has to fit for your body as well. So
I was curious why you didn't accept the when you I guess now got drafted, but when Houston wanted you.
So I tore my labrum.
I see.
Yeah,
okay.
so I tore my labrum May or June of my going out of my senior year. So when they drafted me out of high school, I called them. Like when they called me, I said, "Look, I'm hurt. I'm going to school."
Got it.
They were like, "Done, perfect. We understand." Because I was supposed to go first round or supplemental first round that year, and then I tore my labrum, and I was like, "Well, I know I'm going to college."
Okay.
So that's what it was, an easy no brainer decision. They were like 100%. We just wanted to call just to see if
Cool.
there was even a potential of you wanting to go.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Off topic. What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to a little bit of everything. I mean, I think my daily is country music.
Cool.
So I'm a big country music guy. I love Chris Stapleton. You know, I think he's great. Big fan of Zimmerman now. I think his music's really cool, like the new age stuff that he's doing. But yeah, pretty much any type of country music, old school, acoustic, like new school. Not a huge Luke Bryan fan, you know, like as far as that type of country music. Yeah. Morgan Wallen's great. Also think his story is pretty cool. But yeah, I listen to a lot of country music, and if it comes to rap, it's old school rap. Like I walk out to, you know, an old school rap song, like but like old school rap is something that I'm pretty fond of, big fan of that. And then anything going in the clubhouse. I love loud music. I love the beats. I don't understand what it's saying.
Yeah, same here, man.
You know, but it's like when we went to Dominican Republic, it's like the music that they're playing, it's like it's just a fun vibe, good like music. So like I think that's the cool part about the clubhouse too. Like Adolis Garcia will get on the radio and it's like, well, we're gonna have country music for 2 minutes, we're gonna have rap music for a minute, then it's gonna go Latin music for this, then it's gonna go to some off the wall topic, EDM, like crazy music, and it's like it's just something different every day. You know, it's like, and you kind of find yourself not even paying attention to the words anymore. It's just like beats kind of going, you know, and then you go into the weight room and you got straight trap house music blaring, you know, like so it's like it's just different type of things. But in my truck, it's most of the time country music.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
we gotta do like a mashup blend of like country and Latin, reggaeton or something.
Absolutely,
that's really cool. 2 questions for you. If you can have anyone perform at your wedding, dead or alive, who would it be?
Like musician wise?
Any artist, yeah.
Chris Stapleton, for sure.
Okay.
I love because I've seen him in person twice. I've seen him with band, like with music, but my favorite is whenever he literally just like hops on the mic and just goes straight acoustic, like no band, no music, and just sings to 30,000 people.
Intimate.
Yeah,
I
so
like it.
Like it's like that's one guy that I want to do like a Super Bowl, like just strum it, you know, like just go, like no band, no nothing, just play the music because he's so good. Like he's so like it would definitely be Chris Stapleton.
Cool. What would your wife say?
Honestly, she would probably agree in that regard. I mean, she's big into like the old school rap too, though. Like that, like that's her thing. Like I got in the car the other day and my son was like singing a song and I'm like, what? I looked at her, she just starts laughing. I'm like, yeah, I figured. Like I figured that's where it would come from. And now he's got Pink Pony Club stuck in his head because that was like one of our post game win songs.
Oh, cool.
Shout out Luke Jackson. He would always play it post game. And he would come in after. My son always comes in the clubhouse after we win.
Oh, that's cool.
So like that's like his thing. Is like if we win, he can come in. As soon as I walk out, if we lose that night, he's like, "Do we lose tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and he gets sad.
Oh.
But like he loves coming in the clubhouse post game. So early in the year he would be singing Pink Pony Club all the time.
There you go. The national anthem almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If you can have anyone from your circle be on this podcast, who do you think would be a good fit?
Honestly, if I could have anybody like to hear their story, like and truly hear them talk about themselves, he's no longer alive, but it would be my granddad.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, because he never talked about himself, ever. You never heard a word like I didn't know multiple things about him until after he passed, and I read his like obituary article.
Wow.
Like I didn't realize like this. They used to, you know, they have like the boxing stuff in the Marines or whatever. Mm-hmm. Well, they used to have like mixed martial arts. And I didn't even realize that he won that 3 or 4 years in a row.
Wow.
Whenever he was in there, like he never talked about it. Never knew he was a dual Purple Heart recipient. Never talked about it. You know, like just like little things like that he never even spoke about. Didn't know he played minor league baseball until after he passed away. He was always a big baseball fan, would give me baseball books, but never told you anything. So like someone like that to like truly hear their story, I think would be really cool to be able to like just hear them speak of themselves and just like hear all of the cool stories of like the war and then being, you know, a police officer and then training, like, cause he was also a 10-time black belt.
Wow.
You know, so like, and hearing all like his journey of the way he did things, and it was always 0 pads. So I trained under him for 6 years until I got serious with baseball. I was like, look, bro, I can't do 6 nights a week karate anymore. You know, like I can't do, and it was hard for him to understand that because that was his life, you know, but I would love to hear like the stories of where he learned it, because it's a mixed variation of Chinese, Japanese, and American martial arts. And there's only 2 dojos in all of the United States that still do that form of karate.
Wow. That's
So like, I mean, like our first segment that you did was literally you laid on a bed of nails and you had to walk across your body for mental fortitude. Like, so it's just different types of things, like ways that he did it. And, you know, my mom and her sister trained under him. And, you know, like he's just touched, like whenever he passed, seeing so many people like kind of reach out on like the Facebook forum of like that dojo is like, wow, like he's touched. So I think that would be probably the top one for me. Like he's no longer in my circle,
yeah.
but he was always a big supporter, and I would love to hear, like truly hear that story.
I love that answer, man.
Yeah. So,
Shawn, thank you so much, brother, for coming on.
absolutely, man.
I
It's a
appreciate
pleasure.
it. We got to do that again because, like, I could talk to you for like hours, man.
Yeah. No, it's a pleasure,
So we
man.
gotta
This
do it
is
again.
fun. So
Appreciate you, dude.
absolutely, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.